Right then, ladies and gents, let's take a look at this. Rumour mill. Snyderverse is over, allegedly, because Walter Hamada is looking to keep costs down. And they are also, allegedly, handing DC films over to Bad Robot. Now, some of this stuff is based in reality. I mean, all of it is, in fact. Keeping costs down, that does actually make a lot of sense. We're in a post-COVID society, post-COVID world, or during COVID, whatever. And we also have the fact that we know Bad Robot is taking over quite a large portion of DC films. It's not a small amount. So some of this is founded in complete fact. Whether the end result is complete fact, who knows? But that's what we're going to dive into today. This is rumour, said straight off the top, but with some facts there. The article is linked down below. First of all, ladies and gents, just want to take the opportunity to say, hey guys, if you really like cars or you're just interested in cars, I actually have a car channel. It's called Car Nonsense. You'll find the link to it directly down below in the description box. Would love it if you could head on over there and subscribe and turn the bell notifications on. I produce content 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I'm actually rebuilding a Group A rally homologation special. It's a Nissan Pulsar GTI-R. Those episodes come out every single Monday, but I've got other really, really interesting cars on that channel. So do head on over there. Would love to have you, my awesome community, over there as well. Secondly, I'm still selling my Blackfields Blu-ray. The interest has been pretty damn great. So if you missed it at the start of the month, well, we're still selling it now. So please do grab it whilst you still can, because it will be limited. It will not be sold forever. As soon as the interest starts to die down, that's it. It's going to be cut and gone. So please do check the link out down below in the description box. But that being said, let's dive into it, shall we, ladies and gents? Right. New intel suggests that DC Films president Walter Hamada has one job Warner Media expects him to accomplish: produce projects on the cheap to keep costs down. Sadly, this could mean the end of the Snyderverse. Now, any studio wants to keep costs down, especially now, because there's like a 25% increase on every single budget at the moment because of all of the stringent protocols in place. We know that that's not new. That is what has happened because of coronavirus. So to keep costs down is absolutely the primary focus of any studio at this point in time. It's undeniable. Now, could that mean the end of the Snyderverse? Yeah, like of course it could. You've got pretty big actors there with, you know, quite a large portion of the budget going to them, for sure. Now, a source close to Small Screen gave the site a full scoop that details Warner's goals, Hamada's task, and how J.J. Abrams and his firm Bad Robot fits into their plan. Now, the long story short is Hamada is allegedly counting on Bad Robot to do most of the heavy lifting and take over operations of DC behind and in front of the camera. Now, again, we know that they're already doing that. J.J. Abrams has a really big deal with Warner Brothers at the moment to produce DC films. We know that. It's a really big deal as well. They're making a lot of stuff. I mean, he's the guy that's producing the new Superman film, that with, you know, Ta-Nehisi Coates writing it. Allegedly the Black Superman, basically. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not yet, but allegedly the Black Superman. So we already know that Bad Robot is heavily involved in things moving forward. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. Now, this is a quote from the source. What I can tell you is that the last I heard, Walter wanted to hand over almost all of the DC stuff to Bad Robot. Now, I don't like that. I think that's a really bad idea because Bad Robot sucks. Bad Robot makes stuff on the cheap. It makes stuff really, really badly. They're not great. They're not a good production company. Now, so far, Abrams is concerned with rebooting Superman and bringing Justice League Dark to HBO Max. Again, confirmed, we know that. However, slowly but surely, the two interests and their fields, cinema and streaming TV, will merge into something reflecting Marvel's current approach to the MCU. That's not a stretch either. I do think that is what's going to happen. They've already said it. There's been a lot of talk from DC saying, we want everything to combine. We want it all to be, amalgamated. Everything needs to coincide with one another. Small screen, big screen, games, etc., etc. They've already said it. So that saying that they're going to combine, yeah, it's absolutely the case. Now, the source added that Hamada wanted them to try and make like their version of the MCU, away from Snyder's stuff. So this meant letting Abrams and co. come up with a load of new stuff based on pretty unknown DC IPs. Now, that's actually not that bad, to be fair. I mean, working on a whole bunch of unknown DC IPs, that's not bad at all. That's not a bad thing. That could be good to at least bring some light to relatively unknown DC characters. Now, DC Films are also doing that in earnest with the obscure roster of the Justice League Dark. They recently announced Horman can be seen as a doubling down on this notion, but according to the informant, BR and Hamada are apparently discussing a lot more. Now, it says, and I quote, "There were a load of others being talked about that actually sounded pretty cool. Zatanna, Blackhawk, the Spectre, the Question, Mr. Miracle." They said, adding that Miracle was pretty far along, then nothing. Now, we already know Zatanna's happening. We have that confirmed. Now, they further revealed that according to info allegedly coming straight from Abrams' camp, the LGBT character Midnighter is also being considered. Midnighter was the thing people were getting excited about. They were talking of a series that came straight from Bad Robot. They went on to say that Justice League Dark is the big one. And yeah, I mean, it is. Like, it's... You know, you have Justice League Dark. It has to be big. It has to be on that scale because people will automatically compare it to Justice League in some shape or form. So it has to be a big one. That I can definitely believe. Now, the source went on to say, again, Justice League Dark is the big one, and Hamada and Abrams are basically worried about it, with the rumoured Black Superman project close behind it. This is where the MCU model of one leading into the other comes in. I can believe that. Again, can absolutely believe that. Now, the Ellis Superman movie would have linked into that series, and then they would have made other stuff linked to that series too. So this is where the whole Marvel formula comes in. They wanted it to all be linked. Shows lead into movies, movies lead into shows. We already know that. It's already been confirmed. This is not actually new. This is not rumour part anyway. Now, it was really from the top. So Walter and Jason both wanted to keep costs to a minimum, which was the key to keeping DC things alive and our salaries paid. I can believe that as well. There's not a whole lot of money coming in at the moment from movies and things like that. DC, Warner Brothers and Warner Media have the huge HBO Max outlay at the moment. AT&T are not going to be looking at that particularly favourably. They're going to want that to go into profit as soon as possible. So yeah, they want to keep costs to a minimum. I can believe all of this. Now, DC's financial problems are well documented, but Warner has been experiencing woes since the pandemic began. Money is a huge problem for Warner Brothers and DC Films, said the source, who also stated that HBO is hurting as well. HBO is connected to that too. They're feeling the pinch. I can believe it. Now, Small Screen points out that despite this, Warner is pouring copious amounts of cash into their current slate, including The Flash, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, and Wonder Woman 3. Yet they cancelled New Gods and The Trench and might fully abandon the Snyderverse for being too expensive. But also, the New Gods is not... Look, it would be interesting, not with Ava DuVernay. And The Trench, those are just bad financial decisions, I think. Like, they're not something which is going to garner them a lot of money, unless great word of mouth happens. So what do you guys think? Bad Robot taking over DC? I can believe it. I don't like it, but I can believe it. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thanks so much. Take care.